Namaste, it's Jackie. We're going to do a little bit of yoga practice together, so I encourage you to get yourself set up. If you have a yoga mat, please place that out on the floor. And even if you don't have a yoga mat, you can take some time for yourself. You just need a little enough space to lie down. You may like having something to pad your knees or the back of your neck when you're lying on your back. And you might close the door of the room that you're in and turn off your devices. Give yourself this little bit of time to care for your body. So today we're going to start lying on our back. So as you get yourself settled, go ahead and come down onto the floor and lie down on your back. And we're going to take a moment to settle, and you can adjust your neck and shoulders and hips just to get yourself settled, and also just get a sense of the support of the floor and the places where you're touching the floor. Maybe letting your eyes scan the space that you're in. So you could let your knees sway, and I'm saying a small little movement. So your hips don't rise up, but you get some awareness of your low back, your sacrum. And while you're letting your knees sway gently, you might let your head also sway, and you can just notice what your neck wants to do. Maybe it's moving with your knees, maybe it's going the opposite direction of your knees. Don't try to control it, just notice. And you can let your eyes just scan the space. And then let's bring the feet up off of the floor. So pick up your feet one at a time and draw your knees into your chest and put your hands on your kneecaps so that your fingers point down toward your toes. So we're exhaling and bending the elbows. So we just feel that the legs drawing into the belly and a little lengthening on the low back. And on the inhale, let the arms lengthen. And do that again. Exhale. Inhale. And starting to get the idea of coordinating your movement with your breath. As you exhale and bend the elbows, you might flex your feet and a little movement in your ankles. And as you inhale and extend the arms, you can relax your ankles. Maybe one more like that. Exhale. And inhale, just some gentle movement in the hips. We're going to do a little variation of that. So as you exhale and bend the elbows, let your head turn to one side. And then as you inhale and extend the arms, roll your head to the center. And then exhale and bend your elbows and turn your head to the other side. See how that feels? Inhale. And you could keep doing it that way, turning your head to the side as you exhale and rolling your head to the center as your knees rock away. Or you could play a little bit, be a little more playful, and you could let your one knee draw in, one knee draw out, and you can just let your head kind of move around in any way that it likes. You could even close your eyes, just exploring a little movement in your hips, a little movement in your neck. And then bring your head to the center, draw your hands around to the backs of your legs, and on your in-breath, let's lift both legs up toward the ceiling. Push your heels up, spread the toes, and as you exhale, bend the knees. You feel again that little stretch in your low back as you draw the knees toward your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So for the ankles, you can push your heels up and spread your toes on the inhale, and as you exhale and bend the knees, you can point the toes and give them a little squeeze. And again, just coordinating with your breath. So inhale through your nose here. Exhale through the nose as your knees bend, and then just give your feet a little shake. You might shake your hands or even do some little joint rotations for your wrists and ankles as we start to explore moving our body. So for the next part, we're going to roll over to the side, and please use your hands to push yourself up. We're going to come on to hands and knees. We'll do a little movement for our shoulders and our upper back. So when you come on to all fours, you may enjoy placing some padding under your knees. So I have a blanket here. You could use a thick towel or maybe an extra yoga mat. Sometimes it's really nice to have a little extra support under the knees so we're comfortable. We're going to start on hands and knees in the tabletop position. So place your hands right under your shoulders and your hips. right over your knees. And with a smooth, slow inhale, lift your chest and your eyes. You might just bend the elbows a little bit to help lift the chest a little bit. And then exhale, pull your belly in so your back starts to round, fold back to child's pose, let your elbows touch and your head bow down. And then glide back up to tabletop as you inhale. Navel in as you round back. And rise up on your inhale. Let's go back one more time. Exhale. And rising up on the inhale, pause. We're going to take the right arm out to the side. So this is a little twist for the upper back called thread the needle. So on the inhale, the right arm is going to open out to the side or up a bit. And on the exhale, pull your belly in as you sweep that arm down and underneath your other arm. You can touch your forearm or your elbow to the floor. And then inhale, sweep that arm back out to the side, open up, check out your right shoulder. Do that again. Exhale, thread the needle here. Inhale, open. Go through one more time. Exhale. There's a little kind of squeeze in the belly here on the exhale. And then inhale, open. And we're going to take 3 breaths to work our way into that twist and hold it. So exhale, bring that arm down and put your elbow right underneath your shoulder and lean into the right shoulder, right hip. The next inhale, move your elbow over toward the center of your mat. Not too far, still on your forearm. And again, leaning to the right. And then inch it over one more time. Still on your forearm. Maybe you feel the stretch even in the back of your arm, your triceps or your shoulder blades. And then you could stay here and breathe. Or if you like, you can take your arm a little further through. Some people can even put the shoulder on the floor here, but please don't strain your neck. It's a little weird for the neck. And then inhale, come up and stand all the way up on your knees. And after the twist, we're going to open up the front of the body a bit. So inhale, let your arms go forward and up over your head. And just notice your 2 shoulders, your 2 sides after a little twist. And exhale, bring your arms down, pull your belly in, lower your eyes. You could do this with your arms out to the side and up if that feels a little better for your shoulders. It's a nice option. Exhale down. We'll do it one more time, and you can choose which way you want to lift your arms, either forward or out to the sides. And exhale down. And then you can come back down to your hands and knees. Just going to turn around so I'll be facing you. And we'll do the movement with the left arm. So starting with your tabletop position, inhale your left arm out to the side and up. And exhale, take it through. So you're going to thread the needle. Let your forearm kind of reach under your right armpit. And then inhale out to the side and up. And exhale through. Inhale, open. Exhale, through. So we're going to open up one more time. Inhale. And then, like we did on the other side, we'll gradually work that left elbow over. So start by placing your left elbow on the floor underneath your shoulder and gently lean into that left shoulder, left hip. And then walk your elbow over toward the middle of your mat. And still on your forearm. This is pretty interesting. And then go over a little bit further so your elbow is under your right armpit, still on your forearm. And that might be enough. Maybe you stay here, and then if you want to go a little further, you might reach your hand through more, put your shoulder on the floor, some people. And then please inhale up and stand back up on your knees. And we'll repeat that movement again. So inhale your arms forward or out to the side as you lift up. Notice the 2 shoulders, notice the 2 sides. And exhale down. Do that again. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now this time we're going to add a variation. So on the exhale, we're going to bow forward like child's pose. So for this one, inhale your arms out to the side and up. And as you exhale, sweep your arms down and place them on your low back. As you send your hips back, bow down. And you might go down just a little, or you might sink all the way down to child's pose and touch your forehead to the floor. And then lift your chest, sweep your arms back up. Come back up. We'll do it again. Exhale, hands sweep around behind your back, bow down, hips back. And any amount you bow down is fine. Inhale, we lift back up. Arms come up, and we'll do that one more time. Exhale. And inhale. And on this exhale, you can just lower your arms down and take a moment to notice your shoulders and the two sides. All right, and then we're gonna, so if you're standing on your knees, we're gonna take one leg out to the side. So you wanna face the long edge of your mat, and you may want padding under your knees. We're gonna take the right leg out to the side. So this movement, if you can't stand on one knee, it doesn't feel okay for you, stand on your feet and step your feet wide, and you can do the same movements with your feet on the floor. So inhale your arms up to the height of your shoulders. Big breath. Now exhale, we're going to take the right hand over to that leg. We're going to let the other hand go behind our back. And then inhale, lift both arms up to shoulder height. Do that again. Exhale over. Let the inhale lift you back up. And the next time we're going to stay over there, and we're going to do some movement with our left arm. So exhale over to the right, firm your belly here. And on your inhale, take your left hand from behind your back, and maybe it goes out to the side, but maybe it goes all the way up toward the ceiling. And then bend that elbow, tuck it behind your back, look down to the right foot. Do that again. Inhale, left arm reaches up, eyes look up. Bring your hand behind your back, look down. One more time, inhale. And just to see if you can stay on the exhale. And on your inhale, get just a little longer. And then come on down. You can let your chest come up and then let your knees come back onto the mat. And we're going to do our lightning pose. Again, this is the one where we lift the arms and bow forward. So just a moment to notice the two sides after those lateral bends. And when you get to your in-breath, lift your arms out to the side and up. Exhale, sweep your hands down behind your back and bow forward. Again, any amount you go forward is fine. As you inhale, lift your chest, sweep your arms out to the side and up. And again, exhale. And lifting on the inhale. This exhale, bring your arms down. Let your shoulders relax, let your jaws be soft, and just a moment to notice. So we did our side bend to one side. Maybe you notice some sensations in one side or the other. And then we'll do it to the other side. So if you're standing on your feet, you can step your feet wide. And if you want, you can take your left foot out to the side. So this heel is pretty much in line with the hip. And this knee is right under your hip. So you don't have that hip over to the side. Okay. And with our breath, inhale your arms up shoulder height. Exhale, your left hand's going to touch that leg, and the right elbow is going to bend and tuck behind your back. And then inhale back up, arms float up shoulder height, big breath in. Belly in as you exhale over. Inhale back up. Okay, now we're going to stay in that side bend. So exhale over, let your left hand rest comfortably on that leg. And as you inhale, the hand that's behind your back, we're going to take it either out to the side or up. Maybe you look up. On the exhale, bring it down behind your back and look down. So again, slowly reach the right arm up, maybe lifting your eyes, exploring the whole right side. Slowly bring it down, pull your belly in, look over at your left foot. And one more time, lift it on the inhale. Now hold here on your exhale. And as you inhale, see if you can open just a little more. And then exhale your hand down, let your hips, your chest come up, and then back down to hands and knees again. Okay, different movement this side. So we're going to inhale and tabletop and exhale round back to child's pose. Now we can get some symmetrical movement in the shoulders and hips. Inhale to tabletop. And exhale down. And noticing the shoulders, noticing the two hips. Inhale up And then pause here. We're going to tuck the toes under and lift up to the downward facing dog position. So from here you can hold, and pushing down firmly through your hands, you can pedal your legs gently. Exploring now your hips, your shoulders. We're going to go up and down a few times between tabletop and down dog here. So inhale to your knees with as much control as you can. Soften the elbows and lift your chest. Firm your belly and exhale, slow trip back up to downward dog. And do that again. Inhale to your knees. Lift your chest, soft elbows. Belly in as you exhale back up. Inhale to your knees, and we're going to add a few elements to this sequence. So exhale, untuck your toes and fold your hips back to child's pose. And then inhale back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes under and exhale back to downward dog. Inhale to your knees, slow and controlled. Now exhale, untuck your toes, exhale back to child's pose, and move your hands forward a bit. And what we're going to do on the in-breath is reach the arms forward, come all the way up to lightning pose, arms up over your head, and then exhale all the way back down to child's pose. Inhale, tabletop, lift your chest. Tuck your toes under, exhale, slow trip to downward facing dog. Inhale to your knees. Go as slowly as you're comfortable. Exhale back to child's pose. And now we're going to lift back up to the sky. So inhale, lift your arms, your chest all the way up to the sky, nice and slow. And coming down slowly with as much control as you can. Inhale, tabletop. We'll do the sequence one more time. Exhale, downward dog, excuse me. Inhale, tabletop, lower your knees. One more time. Exhale back to child's pose. Reaching through your arms. Inhale back up to the sky. And exhale your arms down. And from here, we're going to stand up on our feet. So go ahead and just make your way up to standing. If you have some support there underneath your knees, you can slide that off to the side. And just get a sense of how it feels to stand on your feet. Take a moment of awareness here. So stand tall, shoulders back, mountain pose, firm legs, long spine. You might even close your eyes for a moment. Just get a sense of how it feels here to stand on your feet. And we're going to do a few movements in the warrior one position. You can open your eyes. Before we do that, we're going to think about our breath a little bit. So let your hands come to your belly. And on your in-breath, let your hands float out to the sides. Feel your chest expand all around, front, back, and sides. And as you exhale, breathe through your nose. Bring your hands back to your belly. And you want to hug in the abdomen like you're zipping up the zipper on something a little snug. So inhale, feel your chest lift. You feel the ribs kind of expand out to the sides. And then exhale back in. All right, we're going to take that breathing into our warrior one position. So I have my feet hip width apart. I'm going to face the short edge of the mat and step my right foot forward so it's still right in front of my right hip, and my left foot comfortably back so it's in line with that left hip. And then just to get a sense of where I am, I'm going to take a test bend here. So bend that front knee. You want it over your heel. If you want a little more bend and more distance, you can adjust your feet. On the exhale, as you straighten that leg, bring your hands to your belly. Get a sense of that abdominal engagement. And then inhale, bend your knee, sweep your hands out like we just did in standing. Feel your chest lift and expand. Exhale. So for the movement here, we're going to start with just the right arm. So we're going to bring the left hand either to your left hip or rest your hand on your low back. Let your right hand come to your chest, right to the center of your chest. So on the inhale, we're going to bend the right knee and sweep the right hand out to the side, palm up, and you watch your hand with your eyes, and the elbow is bent like you're holding a tray. And then exhale, bring your hand back to your chest, straighten the leg, pull your belly in. So we'll do that 2 more. Inhale, watching your hands. So you're opening up the shoulder, turning your neck a little bit. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you'd like to bring in a feeling of kindness towards yourself as you touch your heart here. Now we're going to do the same with both hands. So bring your other hand to your heart and then inhale, bend your knee. Sweep both hands out to the sides. Push your chest forward. Look forward. And on the exhale, we're going to come back, touching the heart with your hands, maybe putting a little kindness there. Bend your knee. Inhale, open the hands. Shoulders back and down. Exhale here. One more time. Inhale, palms open. Maybe you can see your fingers in your peripheral vision here. Exhale, and the next time we're going to hold the bend in the knee. So inhale, come into the pose, open your arms. So on the exhale, firm your belly, draw your shoulders down, and then if you like, you can hold your cactus arms up. Some position where you can hold your arms. Maybe you like that kind of open palm one. Maybe you like cactus arms. You could lift your arms up higher if you like. Just pick something that's comfortable for your shoulders and take a couple of smooth breaths. Now on the exhale, you can lower, when you get to your next exhale, go ahead and lower your arms. You may like doing a little downward dog here. If you want to, you can come down to the floor and do downward dog. I'm going to step my feet together and just kind of do a little shaking of my legs and swing a little bit. So if you want to swing with me, you can step your feet out shoulder width apart and give your arms a little swing. Turn your head, turn your eyes. You want to let the back hand kind of wrap around and tap your kidney right under your rib cage. If you can get the back of your hand to tap there. If you came to downward dog, go ahead and make your way on up to standing. Do a little swinging. And then we'll come to mountain pose for a moment. Standing tall, taking time to notice here. Again, the sensations in the body, any awareness of how you feel. Our whole yoga practice is about cultivating awareness. So how do you feel? All right, and then we're going to just take one breath like we did just to think about the breath. So hands on your belly, inhale, palms open, and you feel the chest lift. And as you exhale through the nose, we're drawing the hands back to the belly, and there's that sense of hugging in the abdomen. And then we'll take that into our warrior one stance. So with your feet hip width apart, please step your left foot comfortably forward and your right foot back. And take a test bend in your front knee. So the knee is right over your heel. On your exhale, you can straighten that leg, touch your belly, get that sense of drawing in. And one more test bend here. When you inhale, bend your knee, sweep your hands out. Just see how that feels. You can adjust your feet. You can have wider feet if you like. Exhale. So I'm actually going to turn around, so I'll have my left hand out this way. So let's bring the right hand to the low back or to your hip, and this time the left hand's going to start the movement, left hand on your chest. So please inhale, bend your left knee, sweep your left hand out to the side, and watch it. And as you exhale, straighten your leg, bring your hands back to the heart. Do that again, left arm, inhale, bend your knee, sweep your left arm out to the side. Watch your hand. Elbow is bent here. Exhale back in, bringing in some kindness as you touch your heart. Inhale. Watching your hand. Exhale. So when we turn our head, we open the shoulder and we get a little opening in the neck. We also challenge our balance a little bit. Please bring your other hand to your chest and inhale. Bend the knee, let both hands sweep out. Push your chest forward, look forward. As you begin the exhale, you can come out of the pose, touch your heart. 2 more like that. Inhale. And you may notice which hand you're touching with first. So stack up your hands and see if you can alternate which hand you're touching. One more. Inhale. Pushing the chest forward. You feel your shoulder blades hugging together. And exhale. We're going to hold the pose this time. So comfortable bend in your knee. Inhale. And again, you may like this position. Shoulders down, palms up. You may like cactus arms. Both legs firm. So the back leg is mostly straight, the front knee is bent a lot, and then you can lift your arms higher if you like. Maybe you prefer cactus arms. I rather like this one. Nice opening in the shoulders and the chest. Couple of breaths. So when you get to your next exhale, please lower your arms, and this time just step your feet together. Give your feet a little jiggle shake. A little swinging here. Good time to make some silly sounds or let out a sigh. So after our warrior sequence, we're going to do a forward fold. So we're going to step the feet out somewhat wide, so about shoulder width apart. If you have, so if you want more care for your low back, wider feet is going to be helpful. So have your feet forward, touch your hands to your hips, take an inhale. On your exhale, we're just going to bend the knees a bit, and we're going to let the upper body go halfway down. You can slide your hands down your legs, and push your hips back. And then push through your feet and inhale back up with a nice long spine. Don't round up, come up with the chest lifted. Now, if you're comfortable with that, you can do that again, exhale. And if you like this time, you can go down a little deeper. You could let your head hang down. And then coming back up, you might bring your hands to your hips first, push through your feet, long spine as you rise back up slowly. And then the next time we'll stay down. So you could exhale halfway down and just stay here. So if it doesn't feel terrific for you to hang your head down or hurt your back, just stay here. If you want, you can come down deeper. You might hold onto your ankles and pedal out your legs a bit. You could let your hands hang down or even hold on to opposite elbows and do a little swinging here. Keep a bend in your knees. You might try to release your neck a little bit. If you did hold your elbows, you can switch the way you're holding your elbows. Breathe. And then let your arms dangle down, especially if you're way down low. Bend your knees a little and lift your chest. Right, take your hands to your hips. On the exhale, stay, pull your belly in, and then keep your belly firm as you come back up. Good, and then take a moment to step your feet back in and jiggle, wiggle. So we're just going to shake things a little bit. You can bounce on your heels or just give everything a little shake. Shaking is good. Swinging is good. Just incorporate a little jiggling and shaking into your day. Good for stress, good for moving the fluid around your body, moves your lymph, hydrates your connective tissue. And then we're going to come back to the floor and lie back down on our back. So please carefully come down and lie on your back. If you need to put something under your neck, you might add a pillow or something or your blanket under your neck. And lying down comfortably. Take a moment, as we did at the beginning, to adjust your shoulders, your hips, and starting with your feet a little wider than your hips, let your knees rock again. So again, tiny movement. We're just exploring the sacrum. See what you feel now. How's your breath? Okay, and then bring your feet in about hip width apart. And we're going to place the hands on the lower abdomen, and like we were thinking about our breath, inhale into your chest, and on your exhale, hug your belly in where your hands are touching. Now this inhale, breathe into your chest, and on your exhale, pick your right foot up off of the floor. And maybe you feel that abdominal engagement a little bit on that right, in the right side of your belly here. So we're going to increase that by picking up the left foot and crossing it over that right thigh. And we're going to lift and lower the right foot a few times with that leg up there. And if it's helpful for you to get some awareness, you can keep your hands on your belly. So inhale into your chest. Exhale, pick up your right foot. Inhale, with control, lower your foot back down. Don't hurt your back. Exhale. So this is too much, if you can put that left foot back down on the floor. Inhale down. And the next time we're going to pick that foot up and stay up as long as that's comfortable for you. So you could just keep your foot on the floor and rock a little here. You could pick your foot up on the exhale and rock. And there is a version of this figure 4 position where you take your hands and you hold onto your leg and you pull your leg in. I'm suggesting that you try to do it without your hands so that your neck and shoulders just stay open and relaxed. And then there's this little bit of work in that right leg and your belly as you rock. Some nice long breath. And then carefully place the feet back down on the floor. Take one free breath before we do the other side. And then please pick up your right ankle, cross it over your left, and we'll do that little kind of sit up to get some awareness of the work of the leg and the abdomen. So inhale into your chest. Exhale, belly in as you draw the left foot off of the floor. Notice if you're tensing up your shoulders here, and then inhale it back down. So do this with your belly and your leg, not with your neck. So exhale, pick up your foot. Inhale, foot back down. One more exhale, and again, you can stay here if you like and rock a little bit. You're welcome to keep the left foot on the floor, of course. And then, if you need to use your hands, fine, but can you do that without tensing your neck up, tensing your shoulders up? And then carefully place your feet back down on the floor and uncross your legs. Walk your feet out all the way to the edge of your mat now and do your little gentle rocking. This time you could stay with the small movement, just exploring your hips and low back, or if you like, you can let your knees go way over to the sides and the head turn the opposite way. When you inhale, bring everything back up, your head and your knees, and then exhale, knees one way or the other. And this is called windshield wipers, so you can see how that feels for you. As long as it doesn't hurt your back. If it hurts your low back, stay with a smaller movement. And then please bring your knees to the center, and we're going to do just a few repetitions of the bridge pose. So please bring your feet in hip width apart, even up your shoulders and your hips and your neck. And then place your hands palms down by your sides. And on your inhale, we're going to push through the feet. You can even push your hands down, let your hips lift up. And on your exhale, coming down slow and controlled. Lifting on the in-breath. Coming down on the exhale. Now, if you like, you can stay, lift and stay, or you can keep going up and down. It doesn't matter about how high you're lifting here. So inhale, lift. Engaging the muscles in the back body in this pose, so it's not really about how high you push your hips up. And then how can you smooth out your breath here? So even if you're moving up and down, smooth movement, smooth breath. If you're holding, nice slow breath, and remembering to engage the abdomen on the exhale. If you're still holding the pose, please let your next exhale bring you down. And gently pick your feet up off of the floor and draw your knees into your chest. And we're going to do the last thing, that same movement we did at the beginning. So hands on the kneecaps, and on the exhale, bend your elbows. And inhale, let your knees rock away. So just place your hands on your kneecaps so your fingers face your toes. So the idea is that we're not really pulling too much. So exhale, just gently guide your knees toward your belly. See how that feels on your low back. Inhale. Let's do one more. Exhale. Puts a little pressure on the belly, and again, it lengthens the low back. This inhale, carefully let your knees rock away and lower the feet to the floor one at a time. and let your legs rest. And you can have your feet a little bit apart and your knees touching. What's comfortable for your hips and your low back? So maybe it's just feet apart, not knees touching. And then your shoulders and your neck, maybe you'd like a blanket under your neck or a blanket on top of you. You might enjoy having your hands on your belly or resting out to the sides. Take a big in-breath, and when you get to the exhale, let out a little sigh. And if you haven't already, close your eyes. Just beginning to shift into this part of our practice where we just lie still and let the body relax. So no effort to control your breath. And if you're comfortable, you can stay here with your knees bent. Some people like stretching the legs out flat, or you could put a pillow or a cushion under your knees. Maybe you're just a little cold and you just want to add something. So you want to get as comfortable as you can. How can you settle? How can you let your body adjust so that you could rest? So we're going to try to stay for maybe 5 or 10 minutes in this resting position. So get really settled, get really comfortable. So a closing prayer. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. May we all be safe. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. May we all live with ease. May we all live in peace. So please allow yourself a little time to rest here. So 5 minutes, even 10 minutes if you have it. Comfortable. And if it's not easy for you to lie still, and it's not for a lot of people, see if you can stay for 12 breaths. I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.